Today was the most fascinating day for me. As I'm sitting back and I was thinking after this morning's discussion, what did we miss? What did I get? What am I accomplishing? What am I doing? What's the point of this? What is the point of this? What am I trying? What am I actually doing? What is it? What is happening here? What is the point of this? It's a very good question. What are you doing? What do you want to do? What is it what am I doing here? What I want you to do, I want to enable, to create, to forever produce these legions of critical thinkers, people who look at every case and they look at it irrespective of who's involved, what's going on, who's saying what. That is exactly what I want. That is exactly what I want. I want people. I want there to be this sense of kind of a revitalized, kind of a self-awareness on your part. I want you to learn more. I want you to be a part of learning more. I want you to be a part of studying. I want you to take it upon yourself to say, I'm going to try something today. I'm going to go down a different path. I don't want you to sit and react anymore. I don't want you to wait for somebody to give you the information. I want you to say, no. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. What is the big deal? I was thinking today, I was listening to an old, don't ask me why, I get into these things sometimes and I love to hear, and I'm doing my things, I'm putzing around. I think of, I was listening to Robert Caro from Caro Syrup. No, from Caro, the biographer of Lyndon Johnson. And I was listening to what happened. And from 1937, I think it was 1937, until 1964, not one piece of legislation, when progressive meant something, when it mattered, when it was important, was critical, when Prague Ledge, progressive legislation actually meant something. But from like 37 to 64, nothing happened because Southern Democrats and Midwestern kind of, there was this stranglehold, and civil rights was going nowhere. Do you remember when civil rights mattered? Would you have been as vociferous for civil rights as you are now with Trump and with whatever the hell it is, woke it is? Would you have? Ask yourself that question. I would have. Absolutely. That's when politics meant something. That's when it meant something. Would you have been the same? Would you have? Would there be a Fox News? What would they think? What would Roger Ailes think about this? What about the fact that we had the most draconian living situations. Almost Jim Crow had not gone away. So anyway, so Lyndon Johnson came along and he says, I know how to fix this because of committee appointments. He knew how to work the Senate and knew how to count votes. And he was incredible, almost as good, believe it or not, as Bobby Kennedy when he was finagling the Wyoming votes to secure JFK's nomination in 60 because LBJ was supposed to win, but Bobby Kennedy and Teddy, who was like 27 at the time, dear God, it was some of the most fascinating political maneuvering you ever heard. There was actually a democracy. It really meant, democracy. There was legislation. It was beautiful. It actually was beautiful. It was wonderful. And today, I don't know what the hell this is. I have no earthly idea. I don't even reckon. I'm listening to this. I'm thinking, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on here. It's like we've been kidnapped or something. We've been something. I don't fit in. I don't fit in anywhere. I don't fit in. I don't know where I fit in. I'm not, I don't know where I go. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. And these arguments back and forth, and let's talk about Tucker. I'm thinking, don't focus on this. This is a child. Focus on this. No, oh, I like him. Okay, fine. We've gotten into this very cult of personality stuff. I like Trump. It's not about liking Trump. It's kind of fun to talk about him for a while, but that's not it. What are we doing? Where are we going? Where is the country heading? What? There's no end in sight, and we're talking shite, for lack of a better word. I'm listening to what's going on. I'm thinking, oh my God, they actually did stuff then. Lyndon Johnson did something. You want to talk about infrastructure? There was a time in this country, and I know I'm harping on LBJ because he was a perfect mix of psychopathic killer, brutal, horrible human being, a drunk, a philanderer, probably a murderer. But what he did, he wanted to be president, and he wanted to be loved in order to be president. He said, I'm born to be president. And that's the question. Who of anybody running has that desire in them? I submit to you, dear friend, Trump. That's it. Like it or not. You think Vivek Ramaswamy really? Well, people are taken by him because he's cool and they're into personality, times. But the guy's a lightweight, absolutely a lightweight. Has no clue as to how serious this stuff is and how we need a general. We don't need some kid who, talks fast and made a lot of money, not really doing anything, not really making anything, just which is fine. Anyway, but in the hill country of Texas, Lyndon Johnson brought them electricity. They didn't have electricity. 37, 38, 31. Electricity. And what do you think did it? Government. Not 1,000 points of light. Government. Flies in the face of what, Ronald Reagan. I'm from the government. And we went from that to, what has the government done for you now? What has the government done? Nothing. Now, there were always people like Will Rogers and others. They talked about the Senate. They laughed about him. But compared to today, what exactly, and this is important, I want you to answer this question. What does the government do? What does the government do? How does the government do? Where do you fit into this? What is your role as a citizen? What is your political ideology? What's the big picture? What have you researched next? What fascinates you? What area? What has defined you? What was the moment in your life where you became, I don't know, bitten by this bug? Was it politics per se? Was it an event? Was it history? Was it the war? Was it 9/11? Was it Iraq? What was it? What was that moment? These are things you're going to have to ask yourself. And this is what nobody's talking about. Today was actually, somebody was saying that there was a story that Geraldo Rivera said he had a hard time with Greg Gutfeld. And this was a story. And I thought, I don't know what to say anymore. Before I forget, I want to say two things. Two very, very, very beautiful cards. I received two beautiful cards. This one was a beaut here. And I want to say a special thanks to Esther Bloem. She's from the Netherlands. Thank you for that. You made my day. And Stasia, like Anastasia, I would imagine, Howell, thank you as well. Beautiful. Thank you for your gifts. I will not specifically define what they were, but that means a lot. You actually wrote a card. Beautiful handwriting. Handwriting is so wonderful. Thank you for starting and ending most of my days with a bit of sensibility. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that I just love that. And also, happy birthday to one of the most special people in my laptop. I love that. That's beauteous. I hope one day you do this because I want you to learn. I want you to learn. I want you to pay attention. I want you to focus on what's going on. I want you to, yes, yes, yes. There are wonderful things to be talking about. And there's fun stuff too that, yeah, 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 yeah. But I want you to understand what's happening. Now, by the way, I have gone on too long. I must tell you, you have to do this. If you want to do something, you must like this video. You must subscribe to the channel. You must, you must, you must, you must. You must increase your bust. No, you must do this. And you must also like, subscribe, or hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams. And by the way, I was talking to somebody today about, you ready for this? You ready for this? Guess who we were talking about? We were talking about, believe it or not, of all things, EMP, electromagnetic pulse disruption. Electromagnetic pulse disruption. Something flies over as a platform, something a la the China. Weren't they wonderful? Remember that? The Chinese balloons. And they were also here in 2019, 20, and 21. Do you remember that? Do you remember this? Well, now what do we have? We've got fires and forest fires and brush fires and grid attacks and EMP terrorism, boycotts, shutdowns, and shut-ups, terrorism, tsunamis, hurricanes, cyclones, supply chain collapse, COVID lockdowns, shelter in place, climate lockdowns, martial law, Marshall Tucker, Tanya Tucker, Forrest Tucker, contaminated gas, malware, and ransomware, Chinese surveillance balloons, the entire Biden racketeering family, executive order, executive action, and real seditious conspiracy and insurrection. And it's right around the corner. And it's going to happen. And they're going to do it. And they can't wait. And that's why, if you have the slightest sense of I don't know, self-determination and self-protection, you will go to preparedwithlionel.com and go and look and see how you can be ready. Because I'm telling you, this advert is unlike anything else. You know what's going to happen. Preparewithlionel.com. Get $200 off a 3-month emergency food kit and see what they've got. Do you know that in New York? Do you know that in New York they have something interesting? They have over the weekend we have Governor Kathy Hochul, who is the worst, has now issued an order for ready for this? Drones. Why? To make sure the crowds are ruly. Who said they would be unruly? Oh, I don't know. We just want to make sure everything's okay. But why are you doing that? Oh, I don't know. But why would you have drones? Why? What's the purpose of drones? She's doing everything. But here's the good news. And this might be a little good news. A little good news. A little good news. Something is happening here. What it is ain't exactly here. Something is happening here. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy was told that he should house the seemingly endless numbers of illegal immigrants, aliens and the like, at the Atlantic City airport, something along this line. And what he did was he was told, he says, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. Screw you. Kathy Hochul tried to meet with the Biden administration. They wouldn't talk to her. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, they won't talk to him. They're saying, what are we supposed to do? You're on your own. Yeah, but we did what you said. You're on your own. You're on your own. Don't you understand this? You are on your own. You are on your own. This is not for... Wait a minute. I was trying to be a good, you told me. Yeah, I know we did. But that's why I did this. I put my state kind of at peril. Kathy Hochul realizes she has no political uh, position. She was there only because Andrew Cuomo was out, booted, and she was the lieutenant governor. Nobody knew who she was. She realizes this is the only place for me. This is it. Period. What do I do? Where do I go next? I don't know. I don't know what to do. What the hell do I do? She has to do this. Murphy from New Jersey, he's a millionaire, whatever, from Goldman Sachs. He doesn't care about that. Eric Adams just wants to be cool. He just wants to be loved. He doesn't know what he's doing. Also used by these people. And here's the best part. Here is the best part of all of this. They're finding out that they're being just dismissed. This is the greatest news in the world. Where will this go? What will happen next? I don't know, but I can only tell you that I want more than ever for something to end positively, where these horrid and terrible people who gave in to these folks, where they are made to suffer politically. Do you understand that? Do you get that? Do you get it? Do you get it? Let me ask you a question before. When was the worry, or I should say, when was your moment? We don't have a kind of a moment, sort of, but what was the thing? What is that mess? Just explain something. Your focus. What is this? Tell me it's not personality. Tell me. But tell me, what is it? How do you define yourself? What are you? What is your politics? What do you study? What do you want? What's your goal? Tell me what your perspective is. Explain who you are. How does this work for you? What do you call yourself? I lost so many friends because I'm thinking, Donald Trump is terrific at what he does. He does the dumbest things, but he's the only person there who would be able to handle this. What was this one? This is very interesting. Zelda writes, another one is South America. Do you know they killed the unseen rainforest, which is now an overground forest where there was a civilization. Just so much hidden history for their gold and their resource. Absolutely. Zelda, you are absolutely correct. In fact, the next, this, is hydro imperialism. It's going to be water. Water. I've been talking about that for so long. People are going, oh no, not that one again. Yes. And by the way, one of the things which is important, speaking of preparedwithlionel.com, what about water purification? What happens if you go to water and you think, it smells funny? What are you going to do? What if you're East Palestine? What do you do? Years ago, as you know, Zelda, there was a time in this country where they had this, people would come to South America in particular, and they would look, and these fellows would come on their horses with their ostrich feathers on their, and they would look for gold, and they would basically wipe out everything that was there. And eventually when that happened, then they realized, around the 20s, early time, all of a sudden, lo and behold, guess what? Oil. They went to Saudi Arabia, obviously in Middle East, took that, as much as possible. And then something happened. It was very interesting. Computers needed lithium. And where was lithium? The most important part was Afghanistan, which is still the Saudi Arabia of lithium. And lo and behold, they went there and they took that as much as possible. And then rare earth metals. And that's huge. And see, the thing about rare earth metals is that in order for you might get such a small yield. You may have a teaspoon of it for every acre that whatever. Well, lo and behold, something else happened. And this has always been a concern, and that's water. And water has been something which, if you look at the Golan Heights and the perspective, in addition to all of this, it's water and areas, especially in the Middle East, especially these areas are so critical. In fact, the Tigris and the Euphrates, the Fertile Crescent, the Garden of Eden. Many people think that the whole Iranian-Iraq thing was not about oil, it was about water. And then, as you know, this fellow named Muammar Gaddafi, who spells his name with a Q, a G, or a K, decided he was going to make Libya arable. And he said, I'm going to dump $25 billion into it. And they said, oh, no. And he was going to do it because he sits atop the Nubian sandstone aquifer, the largest perhaps on the planet. And no. Then we had the Bush family. The Bush, water is going to be, land is a wonderful thing. Land is great. But water, who owns the water? We know things about riparian rights. We have littoral rights, Lattoral. We have laws of property regarding easements and ad silum doctrine and below. And then there's minerals and who owns what? Who owns? And can I go to your country? Can I go to your and buy your area and just take all of your water? As you know, most people cannot even handle this. Most people cannot handle the level of complexity of the multiplicity of these problems. They cannot do that. They can't do that because they live in a world where they must be given a story one at a time, little by little, itsy bitsy. Here's your story. Here's your story today. And today we're going to talk about Trump's mugshot. Okay, everybody? Yay! Okay, Trump's mugshot. And then we're going to talk about maybe they're going to televise it. I did a piece on that. I think televising it would be the best thing that happened to Trump and the worst thing that happened to them. Why they're doing it, I have no idea. But it's one thing at a time. And we don't know. And then we're going to talk about Hunter Biden. Do we talk about Hunter? Yes. Oh, yes. Let's talk about Hunter Biden. What's going to happen with Hunter? I don't know. Whatever happened with that cocaine they found? Oh, yeah. I don't know. Whatever happened? I don't know. Didn't you interested? No, not interested. Did they do any DNA? I guess they did DNA. I don't know. We don't care. Whatever happened with Zuckerberg? Oh, yeah. Zuckerberg. Yeah. Well, he's a weird guy. Is he going to wrestle with Elon Musk? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened with him. Do you care? Not really. Really? No. Don't care about that. Huh. Thank God we're not talking about Dylan Mulvaney. Remember that one? That thing went on forever. And this woman with Bud Light. So see, that's where we are. But I want to know what it was that changed your life and what is it that you're studying? I'm still trying to figure out. I go back again to the history, what we were about. You don't understand how screwed up things are unless you realize. But you know what? I'm a dinosaur. I've been a dinosaur since I was a kid because I see things differently. I see it completely differently. I do. I don't fit in. I don't fit in. And I love to destroy people's sense of their favorites. And we live in a world that is so ridiculous. We have these fools. That we like because I think maybe because we think they're attractive or something. Or maybe we want to be them. I don't know. I can't figure out. Zelda says everyone can have water because water is everywhere. Water comes from the air. Only thing you need is a dehumidifier. No, Zelda. No. Sorry. Maybe one day, maybe some planet, maybe. Maybe you could talk next about the desalination. No. The energy that is responsible, the amount that you would have to unleashed to supply. We in New York have these upstate aquifers that are some of the most the best on the planet. They're perfect because of the volcanic. No, no. You see, that's something where somebody says, I think, well, oh, Nestle and what? Yes, Nestle. Now, I don't think anybody's ever really researched this because nobody's going to say, wait a minute, dehumidify. That's it. No. No. Doesn't work like that. Sounds good. You know, masks are coming back. Masks are coming back. Oh, yeah. Get ready. I'm starting to see more. Do you see more of them? Wait till you start seeing the corporate memos that come up, because that's what you're going to see. And the Biden cartel's colossal destruction and free fall of the American sovereignty, that's going on right now. The cartel is not just the family, but this mafia stranglehold on our beloved country. It is like nothing I ever could even imagine being possible. Like nothing I could imagine being possible. So what I want you to do when I ask you to do this, I beg, I beseech, I implore, I importune you to please do yourself a favor. Benefit from these wonderful, wonderful lectures and stories. You can learn so much. Do not watch Fox News. Do not watch any of this stuff. Do not listen to any horrible interviews with people who really don't matter. Listen to people who tell you a little something about maybe this thing called history. Read about Tocqueville and his version of America. Just read about what we're supposed to be. Go back and understand maybe the rudiments of constitutional law. Do something. Spend some time. Pick a topic. Pick something you like. And by the way, even if it's cooking, I don't care. Get away from this and enjoy self-awareness, self-teaching, being the autodidact. Please, you will be so happy you did. And as usual, I thank you for your courage. Thank you for your focus. Thank you for your interest. Because I'm telling you, what we are going to see right now, what we are going to see is the most frightening stuff I see it as clear as day. I see it. I know it. And they're telling you this. And they want to see, look how much these people tolerate before they say anything. That's what this is about. It's about habituation and control and conditioning and getting used to not saying anything. They want to corral you. They want you to be beaten down. They want you to give up, or better yet, not care. That's the majority of Americans. The plurality. That's 80%. They just don't care. Whatever. They don't care. Oh, what? Imagine having slaves who will never run away, who like being enslaved, who it's okay. They don't know it. They don't know any. In fact, if you told them, get out, they'd say, no, they come back. That's what we are. You are slaves to this world. And as long as you have your not you, but they have their phones and their whatever it is, they're happy. Their sports, hey, Yankees, oh, whatever this nonsense is. Okay, dear friends, so please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please. And by the way, don't forget our dear friend Mike Lindell. He's still there. MyPillow.com. He's still there. God bless him. Remember that day? Your gut's collapsing. No, it's not. He's still there, doing just fine. Support him. Love him. MyPillow.com. Promo code Lionel. You get a free gift. And take advantage of the virtually endless products that help you luxuriate. And you know what I believe in adamantly. Preparedwithlionel.com. This isn't, throw pillows are great. Throw pillows are wonderful, and bedspreads and toppers, they're great. And they make your life so much better. But in the event of a complete and total calamity where you can't get to a store, when you can't, the people are going nuts, preparewithlionel.com. That's the stuff. And you know what's going to happen. You know it. You don't want to think about it. You put it up. I got stuff. We got. And you'll always think of some. He's just saying that. He's just saying that. Okay. All right, dear friends. Have a great and glorious day. See you tomorrow, 8 a.m. And don't forget, got some good stuff coming up by talking about it at lionelmedia.com. That's the private channel. That's the speakeasy. It's where you got to knock on the door and you got to say, Joe sent me. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious day. See you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you.